So let's begin. Mag-share screen ako ha. Pay attention to this lesson because this will be part sa inyong worksheet number 2. So everything that we will discuss here will be source of your answer for our worksheet number 2. So no need na for you to go to YouTube and then review because you are here listening to the discussion. Okay? So yan na. Naka-share screen na. So please pay attention. Klaro lang ba ang boses ko? Kahayag, klaro lang ang boses ko or mahina? Hindi kasi ako sure.
Klaro lang po, sir.
Okay, good. So, iba na pisil ko. Yan, nakikita ninyo ang title. Kahayag, will you please read the title for me?
Human Flourishing in Science and Technology.
Okay, you're using your mobile phone, right?
Yes, sir.
So, it will be little bit smaller on your part because there are some terms and definitions here. Anyway, now when we say human flourishing, kahayag, what comes into your mind? From the word flourishing itself. Hello, kahayag. Kahayag.
Sir,
When we say flourishing, what comes into your mind? Human flourishing. In your own definition only. Wala? Anak Karinena, will you please help kahayag? In your own opinion, what do you mean by human flourishing? What comes into your mind when you hear these words?
Try lang, sir. Ano po, siguro parang, parang i-polish, sir.
Polished?
Yes.
Pwede kasi from the word flourish, no? Yes, you have your point. Pwede, pwede. Luis, tutaan.
Sir?
What do you mean by human flourishing?
Pag-develop, sir?
Yan. Oh, development of humans, no? Kasi from the word flourish, it means you shine or you grow. Okay, that's nice. You have your point. Now, there is a term here, we call it eudaimonia. Pakisulat daw if you have your notes there. Eudaimonia. The spelling is EUDAIMONIA. Again, I'll repeat. EUDAIMONIA. Eudaimonia. It means good-spirited. Okay? It is a term coined by the renowned Greek philosopher Aristotle, which was, he said, he described the pinnacle of happiness that is attainable by human. So yun na yun, good-spirited. This has often been translated into human flourishing. So ang equivalent ng term na human flourishing is eudaimonia or good-spirited. Now, arguably, he likening humans to flowers in achieving their full bloom. So, as discussed in the Nicomachean Ethics, kasi may book si Aristotle, yung Nicomachean Ethics. Sabi niya, ang human flourishing daw, it arises as a result of different components such as phronesis, ang meaning niyan is friendship, wealth, and power. Now, in ancient Greek society, they believed that acquiring these qualities will surely bring the seekers happiness, which in effect allows them to partake in greater notion of what we call good. Because our lesson last time is about the good life. Okay, mahaba yung discussion doon. We've tackled about the different disciplines or different forms of what is good. Isa-isahin natin. Will you please help me, Ana Karinena? Ano-ano yung limang areas na other people considered as good?
Humanism,
Yes, humanism. Okay. The other one.
theism,
Theism, yes, okay. Yun yung about God, no? Sa kanila, happy sila doon.
yes.
Yes, ang third,
Ano ba yun?
how about yung bodily desires? Ano yun? Anong tawag doon?
Ay, wait, sir.
Sige na, tulungan na kita.
Hedonism,
Hedonism. O, yan, hedonism. So, tatlo na. Ano pa?
materialism,
Materialism, very good. So, yun yung happy sila if they acquire, yung material things. Like all of you people, when I reviewed your work, all of you seems to be materialistic in life. Gusto nyo, bahay, nakita ko talaga doon, cars, etc. Anyway, tao lang kayo. Okay? So, ano pa? May natira pa? Apat na, isa pa.
stoicism,
Stoicism. Okay, yun. Ito yung grupo, 'di ba, na happy sila if ever they acquired new knowledge. Okay, pagtatalino sila, for them that's happiness. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Anna, for helping me. Now, as time change, elements that comprise human flourishing also change, which are subject to the dynamic social history as written by humans. Now, people find means to live more comfortably, explore more places, and develop more products. And of course, we make more money. And then, we repeat the process in full cycle. Tandaan nyo, in the beginning, early people relied to simple machines to make hunting and gathering easier. This development allowed them to make gender and more sophisticated machines to aid them in their endeavors that eventually led to space exploration, medicine innovations, and ventures of life after death. Our concept of human flourishing today proves to be the different form rather than what Aristotle originated or originally perceived. Humans of today are expected to become a man of the world. He is supposed to situate himself in a global neighborhood, working side by side among institutions and the government. For us to be able to reach common goal, competition as a means of survival and has become phase of coordination in the new world or the new trend. Okay, I've read an entire paragraph for you kasi mahaba yung definition ng what human flourishing is. Basta, to make the story short, human flourishing is about human development, human achievements. Nakuha ninyo? Kasi if you will compare who we are before, we started from a very parang simple mode of living. Unlike today, napaka-complicated na ng pamumuhay natin. Before you go to school, ang dami mo pang dapat gawin. 'Di ba? You have to fix yourself, you have to see to it you have your money for your fare, you have to see to it that all the materials are present, yung cellphone dapat naka-charge, and dapat naka-study na. So, sobrang complicated ng mundo ngayon. Unlike before, they don't go to school. They will only learn if ever it is needed. So, mas masarap ang buhay ng tao noon kaysa ngayon. Kasi we live in a very competitive world or else we will not survive. We have to adapt. Now, I have here a definition of flourishing. Will you read it for me, Lumibaw? Are you there? Hello? Buhay pa si Lumibaw? Can you hear me? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
si Lumibaw, nawala man. Sino pa ba yung ibang na-accept ko? Sandali ha, kasi parang may gustong magpa-admit. Nawala man yun. Ivy, will you please read this one for me?
Yes, sir. Flourishing, a state where people experience positive emotions, positive psychological functioning, and positive social functioning. Most of the time, living within an optimal range of human functioning.
Okay, thank you. So, this is a state now where people experience positive emotions. So when you say positive, it means para bang it indicates goodness. 'Di ba binanggit ko kanina when I've read an entire paragraph, it says that human flourishing is somehow connoted when you acquire wealth, power, fame, 'di ba, or pronosis according to Aristotle. Naalala nyo 'yun? Sino bang ayaw ng fame dito? Wala. So lahat kayo gusto. Sinong ayaw ng wealth? And sinong ayaw din ng power? Wala. So lahat meron. Now, you have here flourishing means positive mind, positive vibes, positive life, positivity. Meron pa yung book, I hope nabasa ninyo yun. The Secret, have you heard about it? Yung law of attraction. Wala.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about it, The Secret? Na what your mind perceives, yun daw ang na-attract niya. For example, masyado kang positive thinker, you attract also positive things. Meron yun silang parang seminar na ginawa, tagal na. Alam mo yung bulletin board, parang cork board, pinagupit sila ng mga bagay na gusto nilang makuha sa life. Yung isa nagupit ng car, from the magazine kinuha niya. Yung isa naman nagupit ng house, sobrang ganda, parang mansion. Idinikit nila yun sa corkboard. And then, yung corkboard na yun, natapos na yung seminar, dumaan ng mga 30 years yata. Nahukay niya yung corkboard mula sa bodega. Napansin niya na lahat ng minithi niya how many years ago, 30 years or 20 years ago, na-achieve na pala niya ngayon. Now, yun yung nandoon sa book, meaning anong iniisip mo ngayon, posibleng ma-attract mo yun as long as positive ka doon. I hope nabasa nyo yun. Kung negative ka naman mag-isip, ma-attract mo rin yung negative na mga bagay. For example, early morning, masyadong negative ang pagising mo. So, sunod-sunod na yung malas na yan. Morning pa lang, magyaw-yaw na si mama. And then, sa tanghali pa lang, maligsan kag bike. Kasi gatanga-tanga ka, kasi mainit ulo mo. Ha? Sunod-sunod na yung malas hanggang makarating kayo sa barangay. From barangay, magsuntukan ka pa, then makamulta ka pa, then lalaki ang gulo. So, nag-umpisa siya sa pagising mo sa umaga na negative ang yung thoughts. So here, human flourishing in general, labas muna tayo sa book. It is an effort to achieve self-actualization and fulfillment within the context of a larger community of individuals, each with the right to pursue his or her own efforts. Yan. So that's human flourishing in general. That's the definition. I-slide ko daw para malaki. Sandali ha. Forward natin. Problema, nasisira yung arrangement. Here's another slide. Human flourishing involves the rational use of one's individual potentialities. It means if you can use all your talent in a right way, in a positive way, okay? Including talents and your abilities and virtues in the pursuit of your rationality. When you say rationality, that means the right side or reasoning. Dapat ang actions ninyo is based from a reasonable source. Okay? Now, human civilizations and development of science and technology. Now, human person as both bearer and beneficiary of science and technology. If you will compare for only 500 years, kailan ba yun dumating sila Magellan? 1521, no? Tama ba ako? Luis, tama ako? Hindi. Hindi nyo alam. Basta 1521. Ngayon naman is 2021. That is exactly 500 years from now. Now, if you will look at the technology na ginagamit natin before compared today, for only 500 years gap lang ha. Bien lejos gayot the aton achievement. Kasi if you will go back in time, based from historical records, anong meron ng mga Pilipino? Spears. For warfare, we use spears. And according to the description of Pigafetta, na Filipinos are only wearing bahags. And the rest sa skin natin, we are having this tattoo, painted by tattoo. And females are not even wearing bra. Nakalaylay lang yung mama ninyo. Naga-swing-swing. That's according to Pigafetta. Now, if you will look at also Europeans that time, ang kanilang baril is isang putok and then reload for 3 minutes bago. Ang tawag nila doon yung parang, ano ba yung tawag? Musket yata yun. And then ang barko nila is being powered or fuel or powered by wind. Di ba may sail yun? So that's 500 years ago. Compare it to what we have achieved right now. Grabe, bien lejos el difference. Layo kayo ang diferensya. Kasi if you look at our mode of transportation, we don't use anymore the mercy of the wind for us to travel. Instead, meron tayong barko na kayang hindi mag-fuel for 20 years. Have you heard about nuclear-powered ships? An aircraft carrier used by the Americans. Yung nuclear-powered nila na aircraft carrier, yung sobrang laking barko parang airport. Don't you know, they do not have, parang there's no need anymore for them to fuel that ship for the next 20 years. Kasi nga, ang engine niya is powered by nuclear reactors. Mga 3 nuclear reactors sa loob. So for 20 years, imagine mo yan. Madurog na lang yung barko pero yung engine niya gumagana pa. Kung balikan mo yung time ni Magellan, hangin lang. Nakakuan sila, nakarely sila sa awa ng hangin. Kasi gumagamit sila ng sails. Now, how about yung weaponry? Before, we are using spears and bolos. Look at today. Mga sophisticated weapons meron tayo ngayon. Di ba? Ang operator nasa Zamboanga pero ang weapon nasa Hulo. Have you heard about drones? We purchased Hermes 900 ginawa ng mga Israeli. Ang operator nandyan sa airport airport natin sa may Canilar ba yan? Nandyan ang operator pero nasaan ang drone? Nasa Hulo, umiikot-ikot. And kaya niyang i-command yung drone na magpasabog habang ang killer naman nandyan lang sa airport. So ang daming rebuilding kaya niyang ubusin doon sa hulo. Tignan niyo gaano ka-sophisticated ha. The operator is not there sa site. Ang layo niya. Yet the weapon is about hundreds of kilometers away. Okay? Yun na. Comparison sa anong na-achieve natin for only 500 years. Have you heard about Moore's Law? Wala ba? Sino dito nakarinig ng Moore's Law? Anyone? Hello? Wala?
Wala po.
Moore's Law? Wala pa. Sikat yan, Moore's Law. Isa yan siyang law. Law means batas. Scientific law yan siya. According to Moore's Law, that as time goes by, our technology also develops. Para bang if you write it in a formula, development is directly proportional to time. Did you get it? Naalala nyo noon when you are just in elementary na ang mga memory card, ang capacity lang niya is parang 500 MB or 250 MB. Can you still recall? Pag meron kang 1 gig na memory card, sikat ka na talaga. Naalala nyo yan? Or ang mga laptops before, they have only a capacity of 250 megabyte. That was about 8 years ago. Now, Moore's law said na as time increases, the development or technological advancement also increases. So, tignan nyo ngayon, sa present, 2021 na, alam nyo ba, there is a memory card, very small ha, kaya niyang mag-save ng memory up to 1 terabyte. Try to compare it from the memory card of 10 years ago, kung meron pa. Diba? So that's Moore's law. Kapag tumatagal daw ang panahon, mas nagpro-progress daw ang tao. Parang totoo. Somehow, kasi it's a law. If pansinin ninyo, ang cellphone noon, walang screen. They call it mobile phone. And paano mo dalhin ang mobile phone noon? You have to bring the battery with you. Ang battery is as big as lunchbox. And the phone is as big as a pencil case. Separate ang phone and battery. And you have to bring your battery. It's very heavy. Sikat ka na nun if you have like that. Right now, compact. Ang battery is very small and it can last long. And meron na siyang screen and the screen is working like computer itself and it's so sophisticated. Don't you know that the phone of today is more advanced than the computers used to launch humans into space? Pati yung mga naglanding sa moon, yung computer na ginamit doon mas high-tech pa ang cellphone natin. Alam nyo ba yun? Anyway, human may unconsciously acquire, consume, or destroy what the world has to offer. It's true. When we say unconsciously acquire, hindi mo namamalayan, di ba? Yan yung unconscious. Hindi mo namamalayan, you are destroying what you already have. For example, our development of weapons. Nuclear weapons. If ever one country is rogue enough na mag-challenge sa isa pang country and then it will trigger a nuclear war, I do not know what will happen. I think that will be the end of our civilization. We will go back to Stone Age kung may survivor pa. Because a nuclear catastrophe means end of humankind. Have you heard about ICBM 53? ICBM 53, ICBM means Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. It means it can travel from continents. So from North America to Europe or from North America to Asia. Ganun siya kalayo ang kanyang range. And then from the word 53, kasi ang code name niya is ICBM 53. 53 means 53, 53 times destruction na kaya niyang gawin compared to the Hiroshima atomic bomb. Have you heard about Japan's yung atomic attack ng Amerika, yung nuclear bomb nila doon? Isipin nyo na lang yung devastation nyo noon sa Hiroshima multiplied 53 times. So, 53 cities in one bomb. Isipin nyo na lang yung ICBM 53. And there is also what we call Tsar Bomba, invented by Russia. It is not using nuclear fission, instead nuclear fusion. And it's using hydrogen component. Ang tawag doon is hydrogen bomb. Hindi lang isang city ang kanyang kayang wasakin, or hindi 53 cities. That's equivalent to 300 cities in one blast. That's Tsar Bomba. Hanapin ninyo sa internet yan, mga destruction or mga destructive materials na ginawa ng tao. So, we may unconsciously acquire or consume or destroy what the world has to offer with the use of technology. Now, let's look at the smaller scale. Your excessive use of cell phone, don't you know, there are some parang negative effects unto you. Itong radiation yan, wala pa namang masyadong studies, but it can cause maybe stress. Have you heard about your stress hormone? Kapag tamaan ng light, it's called melatonin. If exposed ka sa light, your hormone will tell you na it's morning. In fact, gumagawa siya ng pseudo morning. So kapag umaga, anong iisipin ng katawan mo? You have to be awake. 'Di ba? Dapat gising ka kasi umaga. Yun ang nakasanayan natin kapag may liwanag. Now, what if gabi na? Then nandyan pa yung light na katama sa katawan mo. So, pipilitin ng katawan mo na magising. Kasi nga, exposed ka sa white light. So, your melatonin level will increase into your body. That's why it can cause stress. Kasi there will be no more room for you to rest. Now, look at it. Now, according to what's that? Some scientists, they said how must humans act in terms of treating science and technology. Sabi dito, science and technology must be treated as part of our life because binigyan nga tayo ng talino. This technology needs reflective and meditative thinking. Okay? Isipin nyo mabuti na is that technology bestowed by you by God is useful or destructive. Dapat rational kayo. Rational means you know how to reason. And reason means you can differentiate good from bad. Yung computers, pinapatalino ba kayo niyan? Pinapabobo? Kailangan tanungin yung mabuti sa sarili ninyo. Because some of you, if you are given a task, you don't read. Instead, you will open a web page and then copy everything and then paste without even reflecting what's inside. Some of you, you are using paraphrasing tools. Palitan nyo lang yung word para magmukhang idea ninyo. And it's cheating. Diba? But the entire paragraph is there. It's an idea of someone, not yours. Now, itong advent ng technology, is it useful? Is it helpful? Sa tindahan nga, bibili kayo, let us say 3 items. Alam nyo anong gagawin ng tendera? Huhugot pa ng calculator. That's a simple addition and subtraction. 'Di ba sobrang dependent na sa technology. Nagulat ako, binili ko lang 5 peso worth, 10 peso worth, and 20 peso worth. You can add it into your mind. Ang ginawa niya, kumuha pa ng calcio. Sumakit ulo ko. Isipin nyo na lang. That's how we exploited the available technology that was bestowed upon us. Exploited masyado. To the point that we become dependent. So much kayo. Or too much. So, how to think properly or paano gawin ang reflective thinking? So, una, andyan yung steps ha. Itatanong ko yan, oh. Feedback. Feedback means you have to ask from a third party. Third party means hindi ikaw or hindi yung kasabwat mo na magbibigay palagi sa iyo ng favorable answers. Dapat third party meaning walang kinalaman. So you try to ask feedback if ever anong mai-comment nila sa pinagagawa mo. So pag natanggap mo yung mga feedback na yun, we call it inputs. Okay? All of those feedbacks can be turned into data or information. And then use that inputs as a form of comment. Meaning, isegregate mo na ngayon anong kaya mong gawin sa hindi mo kaya. And then you review. Okay? Review means you have to do something. Magpaplano ka na ngayon, what are the steps that you are going to make in order for you to parang correct what was given unto you, yung feedback na yun. And then, the last part is success. Yan. Pag na-survive mo yung review, the last part is success. Success means you were able to correct yung feedback. Yan. 'Di ba, for example, kinoment ka, "Uy, Ben, mahal kostumbre man bo." So, ang tawag diyan feedback. Ano ha? Healthy criticism tawag diyan. And then turn it into an input